This morning on WJCL 22 News at 6, big changes coming to the city of Savannah. We're looking at how new decisions will impact drivers, city services, and more.
We've got an impact day as heavy rain moves in. I'll talk about the timing coming up.
And we're talking about Georgia Power. We've got the latest on a federal loan that could help lower your tax bills. WJCL 22 Morning News at 6. It starts right now. And thanks so much for starting your day with us here on WJCL. Good morning. I'm Frank Solkowski. Let's go ahead and send it over to meteorologist Austin Green. And Austin, not too bad to start out there, but I did see some sprinkles on my windshield on the way to work this morning.
Yeah, not too bad to start, Frank. You're right. We did have a few light showers that moved through, and rain is going to pick up once we get past daybreak. Live view outside of downtown Savannah from our Leopold's ice cream cam. Pavement mostly dry right now, but that is going to change. Currently sitting in the low 60s under mostly cloudy skies. And with cloudy skies, well, is going to come rain. You notice on Radar Network, right now, most of the area is dry. We've got a lot of rain just west of our far inland counties. And you notice actually a shower, a pretty decent downpour that has popped up and is currently moving across portions of Appling, getting ready to cross into portions of Tatnall County. Glennsville, you could be seeing some heavy rain here in just a few minutes, but no lightning at the moment with that shower. Now, as we go a little bit further north, you notice right here, we are seeing a lot more rain. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a live look outside right now. And this is actually going to be the South Carolina's Visitor Center and from our I-95 cam. And right now, looks like things are going pretty good. All right, we're going to get a check of traffic track 22 here real quick. And you notice right now, drive time on Bluffton over to Hilton Head is not looking too bad overall. Right about 14 minutes, but I do want to take you zoomed out here just a little bit. You notice again, things are looking pretty good up in the low country. As far as downtown Savannah goes, things are looking all good there as well. Frank?
And staying on the subject of Savannah, council members making a few big calls that could affect your drive, your city services, and even how Savannah recognizes a piece of its own history. WJCL 22 News' Kirsten Melseca has the details.
Motion passes.
3 big votes at City Hall Thursday covering water, parking, and history. Savannah City Council approved $9.2 million for upgrades at the city's surface water treatment plant. That's on top of the over $12 million that the city has already put towards the same project. The reasons listed: engineering and inspection work as the plant expands so it can handle more demand and run more reliably as Savannah grows. Next up, parking. Council approved new no parking and no idling zones on several streets, some near busy routes like Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and East Broughton Street. The city says neighbors asked for the changes, but council members also wanted to know how it'll be enforced.
In some of our right-of-ways, like Henry Street, Anderson Street, some of those agencies will park right in the street and jump out with the hazard lights on.
Yeah, it's not lawful.
Right.
Yeah, it's not lawful.
And finally, Whitfield Square. Council voted to create a committee focused on how the city should commemorate the burial ground tied to the square. City Archives representatives were present to talk about the research that led up to the moment.
GPR analysis found about 80 anomalies. We think it's highly likely that some of those are definitely burials as well.
With council members voicing the significance of it.
So when our tourists now come to Savannah, they can see, like we say, all of Savannah.
The committee will help guide what that recognition looks like moving forward. Reporting in Savannah, Kirsten Melseca, WJCL 22 News.
Now, council also approved a one-time exception for bars that normally can't serve alcohol on Sundays, allowing them to do so March 15th, of course, to celebrate Savannah's St. Patrick's Day celebration. Well, a Savannah Chatham County public school teacher accused of grooming a minor has pled not guilty. 32-year-old Jawan Johnson was arrested back in October by Chatham County Police. Police say the alleged victim, a former student. Court records showed Johnson was indicted on 3 counts of sexual exploitation of children, solicitation of sodomy of a child, and grooming a minor. Well, this morning we have reaction from Tatnall County High School where there was an inappropriate comment written on a bathroom stall there. And the school says the issue is being taken very seriously. The situation under investigation by local authorities. There will be an increased police presence on campus. Now, in a post to Facebook, the school said we remain committed to maintaining a safe and supportive learning environment and will continue to monitor the situation closely. We encourage students to report any concerns to a trusted adult or a school administrator. Well, a record $27 billion federal loan is headed to Georgia Power and Alabama Power. It's money officials say will expand the grid and save customers billions in the long run. The U.S. Department of Energy is sending $22.4 billion to Georgia Power and $4.1 billion to Alabama Power. Officials say the money will help build new natural gas plants, expand transmission lines, and upgrade facilities as demand surges. This is driven in part by AI data centers. The Energy Department says savings depend on the customer and usage and could take years to show up.
It'll take years, but ultimately it should be about $100 a year for the average ratepayer, but it'll vary on their power bills.
Now, any changes to customer rates would still need approval from the state public service commissions. We reached out to Georgia Power, but we haven't heard back as of yet. Well, right now, 2 people are hurt after a multi-vehicle crash on Abercorn Street near Veterans Parkway. You're taking a look at some pictures submitted by Chatham County Fire Department. This all happened around 9 o'clock last night. The crash sent 2 people to the hospital. Of course, we will keep you updated both here on air and online as we learn more information. Well, a former Guyton City Council member has pleaded guilty to felony charges accused of misusing a city-issued credit card. 26-year-old Theodore Hamby pled guilty in Effingham County Superior Court to financial transaction card fraud, violation of oath, and making a false statement. Prosecutors say he used the city credit card for personal benefit and lied during the investigation. As part of a negotiated plea agreement, Hamby was sentenced to 13 years with 60 days to be served in jail, the remainder on probation. He was also fined $2,000 in order to complete 80 hours of community service. Well, in Commitment 2026 news, Georgia State Representative Ruah Roman has suspended her campaign for governor. She announced she'll seek a seat in the state Senate instead. Now here's a look at the Democrats still running for Georgia governor. The state's primary election is set for May the 19th. Well, students at Savannah State University working to make sure their classmates don't go hungry. The university teaming up with Kroger to stock the school's food pantry. Student volunteers stock shelves with more than $5,000 worth of non-perishable food items.
The last thing we want is for students to have to worry about if they're going to have, meal, if they're going to have the necessary basic resources. And so our food pantry does that for them, to take the worry away from them so that they can concentrate on their academics.
Now, Kroger also donated $2,000 worth of gift cards to help out. Well, St. Patrick's Day, it is drawing near, and the spotlight now shining on the wife of the parade grand marshal, Colleen Hogan, the wife of Marty Hogan, who was honored with over the weekend by being named the grand marshal. Well, Colleen was honored last night at St. James. She was given a special sash to be displayed during the St. Patrick's Day holiday. Now, this annual reception hosted by the Daughters of Ireland.
I think it's great because in years past, they started a tradition for the wives to be honored, and I think that's really great. I'm a part of the Daughters of Ireland with my daughter Rosemary, so it's really nice.
It's a chance to recognize her as a supportive wife and just take advantage or take the opportunity to support her and recognize her in her endeavors of supporting Marty.
Now, the reception also featured a special performance. There they are, the Legacy Irish Dance Academy.